Hi folks, I'm the Bald Guy, and these are Bald Guy Basics. Have you ever heard of paradigm paralysis? I have a story that has circulated, I know, for generations in the areas where I have lived and grown up. It's the story of a young housewife who one day was cooking supper, and her husband walked through the kitchen as she was making pot roast. And she had gone to the grocery store and got a nice cut of meat, and she had her pan there and just ready to cook a nice pot roast. And here, if you're going to cook a pot roast in this part of the country, you better put some potatoes and carrots and onions in it, but that's a whole nother matter. So as she's getting ready to put her roast in the pan, she pulled out her butcher knife. She cut, the end of the pot roast off, and then put the main part of the roast in. Put the end of the roast in, and she's putting in the potatoes and the carrots and the onions, all those good things. And her husband said, "Well, honey, I'm just curious, why did you cut the end off the pot roast?" And she thought about it a minute and said, "Well, I don't really know. But my mom always did it that way, and I just figured that's the way we need to do it." So they decided to call Mom. And, "Mom, we're cooking pot roast, and we realize we're doing what you always did. Why did you cut the end off the pot roast?" And Mom thought about it a minute and said, "I don't know. But that's the way your grandma always did it." Well, Grandma was still living. So the young married lady called Grandma and said, "Grandma, I've been talking with Mom, and both of us have always cut the end off the pot roast and just put the whole thing in the pot together, but we don't know why we're doing it. But Mom said that you did it. So Grandma, why do you cut the end off the pot roast? Or why did you when you were younger?" Grandma laughed and said, "Well, child, because I had a small pot. It wouldn't fit in there whole." That is paradigm paralysis. One of the reasons I do what I do is because I've had to learn the hard way to do some things. That doesn't mean it's the right way. It doesn't even mean it's the best way, but it's the way that I know. But one of the things I am committed to is, if I can learn a better way, I ought to. Because there's always, as has often been said, there's more than one way to skin a cat, or to cut a tree, or to build a new tool, or whatever it is that you happen to be doing. So I hope that this helps you, if nothing else, to see any particular project that I present from a little bit different point of view. And you probably know a few things much better than I. Maybe you could teach me. I hope this gives you something to think about. When you run up on one of those situations and you wonder, why do I do what I do? Are you doing it because it's the best way to do it, or just because it's the only way you've ever known? You might be a victim of paradigm paralysis. I'm the Bald Guy, wishing you a wonderful weekend.